Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome to Wednesday Night Live. We're doing something a bit different this time. Let me just make sure my computer is all ready to go. It's not my computer, so okay. I'm gonna zoom in just a tiny bit. Whoop. Okay, or a lot of it. All right. I got this watercolor kit from Michael's. It's pretty cheap. It was, I don't remember, $20 or something for this whole kit. And so I thought we could play, but it comes with this masking fluid marker. Comes with some brushes, a couple pencils, eraser and sharpener. These are all watercolor paints. I thought this was a pretty nifty kit. I was looking for something that included literally everything so I wouldn't have to buy something else. Although I do have more watercolor paper on the way, but it has the little thingamajiggy and a few pieces of watercolor paper. So overall, quite the good kit. Hey, Carol from Riverside. I wasn't actually sure what size this paper was going to be, but I do have a concept in mind for this painting. I'm just going to grab a bowl real quick. 1 second. I lied. Not a bowl, a plate. Nope, that's too big. Darn it. Or maybe it isn't. No, it's too big. Hold on. Dang it. I didn't open the kit beforehand, so I don't know what size this was. Let's see. Haha. That'll do. Okay. Yeah, so how's everyone's week going? And by the way, anyone watching this later on, this is a live video. The whole point of this is that I get to sit here and chit chat with people. So if you're looking for just a straight up to the point tutorial, please do not watch this video. I cannot stand when people get on later and say, oh my gosh, there's so much chit chat, get to the point. I'm like, it's a live video, you guys. Okay. Paper. Cool. All right. So here's my concept. I'm going to tell you. Well, I have no guarantees that this is what will actually happen. But I'm going to put a big moon here. I'm going to leave white on the outside. I'm going to do a wet on wet technique for the moon. And then hopefully, this is probably not super quality paper, so it'll probably dry relatively quickly. And then I want to add some trees. So it'll sort of be like a reverse Northern Lights, if that makes sense. Like the moon will be the Northern Lights sky-ish with some trees. That's my concept. I'll probably end up with something completely different. Let's go ahead and draw our circle, because that I can probably do. We'll see. No guarantees. It's perfect. I'm done. All right. Sweet. Okay. Let me just take a second to say hi to everybody. So we have Canada in the house, Florida. Ooh, we got Quebec and Ontario, North Carolina, South Carolina, Michigan, Texas, California, Tennessee. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Iowa. I do really, really appreciate you joining me. I do have a request. If anyone can super chat or super donate tonight, it's actually kind of important. I broke my computer. Thank you, Becky. And so I'm going to have to pay for it to be repaired. And so I'm pretty upset about that. It's been one heck of a week. Anyways, if you can't, that's totally fine too. I love that you guys are joining me. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I'm going to be putting, I'm just, you know what, I want to use blue. Okay, that's black, obvi. Let's see. Ultramarine blue, cobalt blue. You can't tell what these are really by the outsides. So I'm going to be using some different values here. More or less water. This cobalt blue is probably light. Oh, no, I don't know. That's pretty nice. Okay. And in case anyone has any idea that I'm like a pro watercolor, I am not. But I'm sure I'm not the worst either. So, all right, we don't need these pencils and stuff anymore. I do have a whole nother pack of brushes, but I feel like this will probably be enough. Let me see. See if there's any brushes in here that look... Actually, I do want this one. So I got this pack of brushes. It was like, I don't know, $5 on Amazon. Yeah, I'm shipping my computer in for repairs. I still don't even know how much it would be. I've never broken a laptop. But hopefully it's not too painful. Okay, so there is also a PayPal link in the description for anyone who prefers that. Trying not to have too many like open packaging noises here. All right, I got my water. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna make, I think, like a navy blue. So a tiny bit of the black. And a little bit of this. Actually, that might work better. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay, that's going to be like my primary color. And then I think I might use that lighter blue kind of to offset. Let's do this. Create like a wash color over here. That was too much water, but you know, whatevs. All right, it's going to be like navy blue. All right. So first thing I'm going to do, because we're doing wet on wet, I am going to fill this in with water, just plain water, and that will give my watercolor a direction. Also kind of be interesting to test this paper and see how quickly it dries, because I might not even really be able to do the wet on wet technique here. Yep, it is drying uber quickly. So, scratch that. We are going to go ahead with our super duper duper wet navy blue here, and we're going to just get right into it. Trying to keep everything in the camera. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Becky. You're the bestest. All right, so this I want to be super duper watery. So I'm going to spread this out. Hopefully, I need to get me some like really good watercolor paper, but I got this kind of just to play around. I'm going to try not to intensely concentrate too much so that I'm not paying attention to you guys. Feel free to ask me any questions. I will answer any that I can. Just a couple of points of note. My giveaway, my 300,000 subscriber giveaway ends in, I think, like 3 days. Also, by the way, guys, I'm less than 5,000 subscribers away from 300,000. That's actually intensely, like, just exciting, right? Who knew? All right, it's beautiful already. So you can use that masking liquid, or the masking fluid rather, sorry. Like if you wanted to really set off this side, but I think because I'm using wet on wet here and the sides are dry, I'm not going to worry too much. This over here isn't like the most beautiful, but that's okay. All right, we've got it covered. You can see a little bit that the paper is curling. That's also kind of a sign of like not the highest quality paper. Tina, I hear people. Hey, Danielle. You are awesome. Danielle is always such a good cheerleader. Okay. Oh, good. You're engrossed in what I'm doing. So I haven't totally messed it up yet. I'm going to just pull up a moon reference photo. I'm using my friend's computer. I'll have to try not to break her computer. All right, perfect. Got that pulled up. Okay. Thank you, Sandy. All right, Barbie asked, can you put resin on a painting that has been varnished with Rust-Oleum clear coat? I have done that before and it wasn't really an issue, so I say go for it. Okay, so I'm going to start adding values. I'm still using a lot of, I'm going to use a little bit more of this. I think, I'm trying to see. I'm gonna just have this left side, since it already kind of happened, be a bit of my darker side. And we're gonna start adding in some more paint. So now kind of the point of it not drying so quickly is that when you add more wet paint onto it, instead of sitting on top of it, it soaks into that paint. And therefore it kind of gives you that blended look. If it's dry, that's not going to really happen. I also want quite a dark border. Ooh, I'm liking this. This looks good. All right. So I'm still using this blue. I think I'm going to add a little bit more blue into it, but I'm liking this navy blue. What do you guys think? I definitely didn't want to go with black. Ooh, that's maybe a little too much blue. Let's see. Okay. Good. So let's do a bit over here. There we go. Yeah, so I'm trying to have the paper stay wet as possible. And also hoping that because it's curling up a bit, I don't have issues with it going outside of my lines. And if I wanted to do one of these, what is it called? Monochromatic, I guess. Paintings. Blue is definitely my favorite. I'm also a large fan of black and white. But loving this. Hey, Sarah. So when you say cell activator, that can kind of mean different things depending on who you're talking to or what technique you're talking about. Cell activator is generally an oil, not a medium, but if you're talking about the bloom technique, then that could be different. So it kind of depends, is all I can kind of say with that. I cannot definitively answer that, I don't think. Okay. For an acrylic swipe or bloom, those are two totally separate techniques. With a bloom, the thing about blooms is that it requires specific materials. It's not actually a technique more than it is materials, if that makes sense. A swipe is completely different. A swipe is a technique, and you can use all kinds of materials for a swipe. So for a swipe, I recommend just trying out some good old silicone. You can get the Spot On Treadmill silicone from Amazon. I have some in my Amazon store, link in the description. There's also silicone you can even get from Michael's. Okay, so I'm going to go in here with just some water and start kind of actually taking away some of this paint. So the moon tends to have these kind of funky lines. And I'm adding water and wiping in between. Oh. To kind of remove some of that paint. I'm going to go ahead and actually just dry some of this. Like I said, not the best paper in the world, but I'm making do, and it's okay. Not gonna worry about it. I am really excited about this. So I will likely be having some watercolors go up in my store soon, because I actually have quite a few and I've never put them up. All right, Becky asked, are my squeeze bottles from Lowly Buffet? So some of them are. I actually right now have like 4 different brands of squeeze bottles. But mostly I'm using some that I got from Amazon right now because I like the bigger bottles. So I got some 16-ounce bottles from Amazon with the measurements on them. And those are also in my Amazon store. So one thing you can do to remove color, so the moon has kind of like speckles, right? Is you can add a little water and then you can kind of dab it off. See that? That actually removes some color. That's cool. Okay. So I'm going to do a little more of that over here because in some spots I have too much color. I'm not going for like perfect detail though. I'm just having fun. Yeah, so a little watercolor technique to remove some of that color there. Okay. I think I'm actually almost done with this. You can absolutely overwork it, but the thing with the inexpensive watercolor paper too is it doesn't actually allow you to work it as much. If you have better watercolor paper, you can do more layers and the wet upon wet upon wet. With the not so good paper, it's not as easy because you get that, I got that curling effect going on, which is okay. It's not bad. I'm still super duper happy with how this came out. I had very, very low expectations. Okay, I just want to blend this over here a little bit more. Yeah, if you have the cheap paper like this and you overwork it, you can actually start to remove the paper itself, and that's no good. All right, Deborah said wet wipes can help too. That is absolutely correct. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Beater Jane said she's worked with watercolor before and it's not her favorite medium. Totally understand. I love it though because one, it's easy to travel with, and two, you can just do some amazing things with it that you can't really do with another medium. All right, let's go ahead and throw in some trees. So for this, I'm primarily gonna just use, I'm gonna add a little bit more black and then my dark blue here. And I don't need a lot of water for this. Okay. Actually, please hold. I have just changed my mind slightly. I am going to splatter some white onto here. So I'm gonna need some clean water for this. I have China white. Give me 1 second. I'm just gonna get some clean water. I'm gonna water this down and then splatter that on there. Okay, I want to hear down in the comments, what is thank you, Tina. What is everyone's Halloween costumes? What are you going to be? I am the worst with Halloween. I do love it because I love my kid dressing up. But for me, I'm like, eh. I'm going to be mixed media girl this year. That's my costume. Okay, let's see. Tina, what's your Halloween costume? I want to hear it. I should use a toothbrush for this. Okay, so I have some watered down white, hopefully. Saw that coming. Saw that coming. I've done this with acrylic paint a lot. I have not done it with watercolor, so this is slightly awkward for me. Let me see. I think I have too much. Okay, Sarah's gonna be an overworked mom. Tina's also gonna be mixed media girl. That's the top costume for the year, I'm gonna just say. All right, I may end up getting a toothbrush. Let's see. It does look a bit like Earth, huh? Annabeth's gonna be a fairy princess or a mermaid. My daughter is gonna be some sort of a, not Harley Quinn, but something similar to Harley Quinn. She's so strange with her. Okay, there we go. Okay. Zebra onesie. That's cute. Speaking of giraffes, where's the charming giraffe? I think she said something about not having power, like snow or something like that. I don't know what that is, but there. Yeah. Yeah, a toothbrush works really good for the splatter. I'm just trying to decide if I want to sacrifice one of my toothbrushes. Probably should have. It's worth the cause. Plus, I have more than one for no good reason, so. Okay, I think that's good. What do y'all think? For the splatter, I mean. Now we're gonna get into the trees. Now for this, it's good that this paper dries quickly because we can paint the trees without worrying about it. Oh, there's Veronica. She's here. She found a relative with internet. You know what, Deborah? I'll tell you a secret. I actually have one too, but I ended up donating it to the kitchen grout cleaning project. So, all right, here we go. So this is actually a really dark blue, even though it looks black. And I don't want to cover up too much of my moon. Plus, I don't want to be here for 16 years drawing trees, so I gotta be careful. All right, let's start with that and go from there. Okay, I haven't really done a lot of watercolor trees. This is not the best brush for this. Okay, you're going bye-bye. I like to keep trees pretty simple. I ain't no Bob Ross, but you know, I make do. All right, random funny question. If I were to make some mixed media girl bobbleheads, would you guys buy them? Maybe I'll just give them as gifts. Oh my gosh, you know what I'm also super behind on? It's time to start my holiday card list. I'm so behind. Okay. Ooh, that looks nice, huh? Very nice, very nice. Okay. We're gonna add a little bit of a ground here because I don't like floating trees. I'm sure there's a place that I can get a mixed media girl bobblehead made. There we go. Wow, okay. This is so exciting. Thus far, it is coming out exactly as I wanted. I just probably jinxed it. Okay. All right. Intense concentration. This is so exciting. MMG wine. Oh, I like where you're going with that. What are you trying to say? Okay. I never worry about them being too close together. Like these are really close together, but that's how trees are in real life. They're probably even closer than this in general. So, and I'm not, well, at least right now, I don't know that I'm going to be adding additional paint values down here, but I do have that white mixed up already with the water, so maybe I'll throw in some of that, or I'll go back in and just do a little more dark. Uh-oh, running out of paint. Oh, the hell. Okay, all those colors may not all be the same. That's okay. Thank you, Jill North. Prophetess Fry, I like where you're going with that. I got a lot of water on my brush, so I'm just spreading it out. Okay, not liking that tree as much. So I'm kind of just on this, I work a little bit back and forth with the corner of my brush and then just the whole skinny side of my brush. If you watch Bob Ross paint trees, he generally is using a fan brush with basically the same concept. He'll use the edge of it. Can you guys tell that these are more blue than those? Probably not, hopefully not. Let's add a little more black. I always try to remember to mix up enough paint before you start painting. Otherwise, you might end up with different colors. That's okay. They are different also because they're wet, but also just because there's a little more blue in there. It's okay. It's okay. I learned a long time ago there are no mistakes in art, really. And I'm so excited about this. This is coming out like actually better than I think I thought it was going to. Like I said, I had really low expectations. And I was like, great. It's probably a bad idea for me to do this one on a live video, but whatever. I really have been, for some reason, like hankering to do watercolor recently. Yep, happy little trees. And then this one over here, he's an arrogant bastard. Okay. And I think I mentioned it on my art auction a couple weeks ago, but there won't be any art auction in November. But maybe I'll just do some fantastic sale on my Etsy or something. Okay, these guys are really close together. That's a challenge. I'm just gonna pretend like they're not. Some splatter for those of you that have snow. It's not a bad idea. I doubt my watercolor snow painting capabilities though. So that might mess the whole thing up. I don't know. That worries me. Okay, this needs one more. One more over here. Let's try to stick to the same brushes. The big one. Yeah. Should we have ET flying over? All right, who is so ready for Christmas? I think I could skip Thanksgiving, but I am really ready for Christmas. I need hot chocolate and warm jammies and lots of family. That's what I need and want right now. Okay, there we go. The next auction isn't going to be until like probably the first Wednesday of December. But I'm thinking next month. So I guess next Wednesday, which is when the next auction normally would be. Maybe I'll just have a killer sale on my Etsy. But make sure you guys are entered into my giveaway, okay? Into my 300,000 subscriber giveaway. I'm giving away some of the most killer prizes. So I don't want anyone to miss out. All right. I think I will forego the snow idea, you guys. I'm very sorry about that. Whoops. But I am super duper happy. Veronica or Tina, are you able to get the link to the video? Actually, Annabeth, just go to my videos after this. You know what? I'll grab the link. Because there's 2 links to enter. So I want to make sure that you guys have all of the information, and I made literally like a 1-minute video. So if you just watch that video to get the information, and then the links are in the description. I'm grabbing it right now. Everybody hold on. There it is. Plus, you know, it always helps me to get more YouTube views here. Okay. There we go. So here is the link. And there's about 3 more days to enter. And there are lots and lots and lots of prizes. So people have a pretty high likelihood of winning. All right, I think I'm going to call this a day. I think I'm pretty happy with this. Where to sign it? Let's see. So Pika Roblox. The problem that most people have been having signing up the class is they're trying to log in without actually signing up. So to sign up for my free online course, you go to the website, The Painter and you click on online courses, you click on the free course, and then you don't go to, it says log in, it says register to log in. So you click register to log in, and then you don't try to log in, you register. So I am working on redesigning my entire website to make it much more user-friendly. But for now, that's what you need to do. If you can't figure it out, email me and I'll email you back with those instructions. Okay. Yeah, that's not how I wanted it. So I'm just going to let this dry and then I'm going to just paint with white outside it. Y'all want to do, let's do a close-up. Okay, computer. Camera's going to shake. Shake. 1 second. Uh-oh. I pressed a button. Please hold. I'm so sorry. 1 second. My phone is being rude. Okay, there we go. I'm so sorry. All right. So here's our moon. And here are our trees. You see these 2 blue trees in the black? Can you guys see that? The color difference? It's totally fine. I just think it's kind of funny. It's like these sneaky little trees in there. I mean, they're still like a really dark blue. So I may do more work on this later. I'm not sure, but really, really happy with how this came out. I hope that you guys enjoyed this watercolor project. And I hope that you guys don't be scared to just grab some watercolors. Michael's literally has watercolor sets for $5. And if you're ever like traveling and you want to create art, grabbing some watercolor paper and watercolors is just super easy to travel with. Nobody in TSA cares at all about them. So great to have on hand. Lots of fun. Hold on. I hope I'm not buffering everywhere. Okay, good. All right. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Have a fantastic Halloween, and I'll see you all next time.